Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. I see there's already quite a few people here. Welcome, everyone. My name is Dave Cool. I work for Bandzoogle. I'll do some formal introductions in a second. Melanie Keeley from Bandzoogle's with us today as well. I'm up in Montreal, Canada. Melanie's out in Ottawa, Canada, where Bandzoogle's officially based. And so post in the chat. We're going to give people a few minutes to log into the webinar. And so if you want to just say hi, let us know where you're from. It's always interesting to see where everyone's attending the webinar from. See San Diego. Nice. Nashville. Yeah, very cool.
Ooh, Italy.
Jamaica. Welcome. That's awesome. Italy. Very cool. So I'm going to get into Bandzoogle and what Bandzoogle does. I know a lot of you are probably Bandzoogle members, but some of you aren't. So we'll get into that in a second. To be fully honest, I was having some issues with the webinar software, trying to get the slide presentation to load. Fingers crossed that it's going to work. We'll see soon.
It'll work.
But yeah, it'll be all right. There's a backup plan if it didn't load properly. But yeah, thanks for taking the time to attend the webinar. I'll answer one of the most frequently asked questions right up front, and I'll keep repeating it throughout the webinar as much as I can, but there will be a replay link sent out. So if you do have to duck out early, you'll automatically get a link this afternoon or in about 3 hours with the replay link, which you can watch anytime. It does not expire, so you can watch it at your leisure. I'm going to put my email address in the chat probably several times. The slide presentation is a PDF, so if you'd like a copy of the slides for reference or some resources linked to throughout the presentation, feel free to shoot me a note. It might take me a day or so to get back to you, but I'll definitely send that slide presentation over to you guys. I'll type that in right now for those of you that are here at the moment, but it's in the slides. You'll see it a couple of times. So Vancouver Island. Hey, MJ from Vancouver Island. Chicago. Very cool. We have staff in Chicago. Bandzoogle's a totally remote company, so we all work from home. So Melanie and I are in our home offices, respectively, in Ottawa and Montreal. And we have staff all around North America, on Denman Island, out in BC, out in Halifax, a lot of staff in Montreal and Ottawa, and then we have staff throughout the United States and Europe as well, South America even.
And Kempville, like Darren. We have someone in Kempville. Very small.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They probably know each other. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so are y'all hiring? So Ross, we have a jobs page on Bandzoogle, so occasionally we do post jobs there. So keep an eye out. We're not hiring at the moment, as far as I know. But okay, so I'm going to start the slide presentation. We're going to go off camera. Melanie's here. She's going to be in the chat. If you guys have any questions, she can answer them throughout the chat, or we're going to do a couple of Q&A breaks, one in the middle, one at the end. So if you have any questions, Melanie will flag them, and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can during the presentation, and also at the Q&A at the end. We'll stick around as long as we need to answer all of your questions. So let's try the slide presentation, see if it works.
Sounds good.
Can everyone see that? Are you able to see that, Melanie, and others in the chat?
Yes, I sure can.
Can people in the chat see it?
Yep, all good.
Amazing. Awesome. So welcome to the webinar, How to Start Selling Fan Subscriptions. Again, if you want to copy the slides, feel free to reach out to me by email, dcool@bandzoogle.com. I'm the Director of Artist and Industry Outreach at Bandzoogle. Melanie is the Communications Manager. So she oversees all the social media and lots of the blog and email marketing, things like that. And so we're going to talk about subscriptions today. But first, for those of you who are not Bandzoogle members, I'm going to give a quick overview of what Bandzoogle is, what we do. So Bandzoogle is a website platform for musicians. You can also run direct-to-fan sales, which we'll get into as well. But it's super easy to build a website for your music. You don't have to know any coding or anything like that. It's an all-in-one platform, so you get your custom domain name included, hosting included, of course, being a website platform for musicians, there's music players with tons of functionality. So you can offer free downloads. You can sell your music commission free. Set the price, make it pay what you want. You can add lyrics, supports MP3, WAV, or FLAC files. You can import tracks from SoundCloud. You can set album pre-orders, and we do report to SoundScan daily for North American sales on the Pro plan. Of course, there's an events calendar. You can sell tickets commission free, add custom images, everything's shareable. We even have a Bandzoogle integration if you're already using Bandzoogle. Mailing list is built in, so you can send professional newsletters. You can capture emails on your website. You can schedule out those newsletters. You get detailed reports, and you can easily import lists from if you're using a different mailing list service. There's a commission-free store, so if you want to sell physical merch, you can sell CDs, vinyl, T-shirts, other stuff like that. You can also sell digital files, so music, videos, sheet music. You can offer discount codes, sale pricing. We can track it. Inventory automatically for you. A couple of new things, and one of them is crowdfunding. So we actually added a crowdfunding template earlier this year. You can take pre-orders for your album. You can bundle your music with CDs and vinyl. Again, those sales the day of the release get reported to SoundScan. You can create custom merch bundles and experiences for your fans. You can take donations of any amount. And you can keep your fans updated with email and blog tools. And again, all of that is commission-free. Bandzoogle doesn't even touch the transaction, so it goes straight from your fan right to you. We're going to be talking about this a lot today, obviously. Subscriptions, so that's another new feature for Bandzoogle. You don't have to create an account or profile on another platform. You can add any kind of content to your subscriber pages. You can message subscribers using the built-in mailing list tools, and you get tons of detailed data on your subscribers and sales. So far, Bandzoogle members have sold over just about $55 million in commission-free music, merch, tickets, all that stuff. And now subscriptions, there's a lot of members who are already generating a lot of money using the subscriptions feature. So it's really exciting for us to see musicians succeeding using Bandzoogle's tools. In terms of design, there's dozens of mobile-friendly templates you can choose from that are fully customizable. It's all point and click, and there's tons of customization options, so you can really make it unique to you. You get detailed fan data, of course, so reports on your visitors, your plays, your sales, your mailing list subscribers, and more. Lots of integrations, too many to mention, but we have integrations with Bandcamp, YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, and a bunch of other services that help connect your website with all those other platforms. And arguably our best feature is our support team. I travel a lot for Bandzoogle, go to a lot of conferences, and the number one compliment that Bandzoogle gets from members that I meet is the support team. They're awesome. They're online 7 days a week. They're mostly musicians themselves. So you can always hit them up 7 days a week if you have any questions or need any help. If you don't have a website yet or thinking of redesigning your current site and you're not a Bandzoogle member, you can use the promo code MAKEMONEY and you get a 30-day free trial. Plus, you can get a customized free website review from one of our customer support team members, so they can really help you out and give you some pointers on how to design your site. Just want a quick shout out before we get started to hypebot.com. For some of you may be here because of Hypebot. It's a great online blog that talks about the latest in music and technology and the new music business. Lots of great advice for musicians on how to navigate the new music business. So if you don't already know hypebot.com, please check it out. They're super supportive of Bandzoogle, and Bruce, who runs Hypebot, runs a full-time booking agency. So he's got, he's a wealth of knowledge, and there's a lot of stuff that goes up on Hypebot that's super helpful for musicians. All right, so subscriptions, the reason we're here. It's a relatively new-ish revenue stream for artists. It's been around for a while as a revenue model, and it's gaining in popularity. And so some of you might already be trying this out, whether it's on Bandzoogle or other platforms. Some of you might be very new to this, so hopefully throughout the slides and slide presentation, you'll learn something new. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Melanie will flag them, and I'll try to get to them during the Q&A breaks. So what are subscriptions? The base level. It's where fans pay a monthly fee in exchange for perks and rewards, access to your music and other exclusive content. It benefits you in the sense that, in a few ways, it gives you recurring revenue. So you're getting that revenue on a monthly basis. So that helps build a more predictable income stream. And it allows you to reward your super fans, your biggest fans. Also allows a direct and deeper engagement with those biggest fans. One thing that comes up in the conversation about subscriptions often is whether it's the same thing as crowdfunding. And it's not exactly. It might be considered loosely a form of crowdfunding, but not quite. Crowdfunding is usually a single payment from a fan to an artist for a very specific project that has a set deadline and a release date. Whereas subscriptions is different in that it's ongoing. So it's just ongoing payments. Your fans are paying you on a monthly basis for ongoing access and new content. It doesn't replace many of the things or all the things you're probably already doing as an artist. So if you're selling your music online, if you're streaming your music on streaming platforms, if you're already crowdfunding projects, subscriptions doesn't necessarily replace all that. It's another tool to use. It's really for your biggest fans. So you should still be selling your music online. You should still be streaming it on major platforms. Obviously, the challenge is managing all of those different things and how to window certain content and planning out that content while also offering subscriptions. Who, again, it's really for your biggest fans. So they're the ones who are going to want to consume everything that you're releasing. And that's who subscriptions is really for. And again, so some of your fans will stream. You have different kind of levels of fans. Some of your fans will just stream your music. Some are going to go a step further and buy your music, maybe some merch. Some are going to come to your shows. Others will pledge towards a crowdfunding campaign. Others will become monthly subscribers to your fan club. So it's important to have all of these options available to let fans support your career at all levels. Ari Herstand, many of you probably know him, musician, songwriter, author, blogger. His website, Ari's Take, is an incredible resource for musicians. And I liked how he described this. He calls it the pyramid of investment for fans. So putting your fans on a pyramid of investment. So the fans who stream your music but never spend any money on you directly are at the bottom of the pyramid. Those who buy your music are a level up. Those who come to your shows are a level higher. Those who buy merch are a level above that. Then there's crowdfunding, fan club members, and then there are fans who buy like the super high price VIP experiences that are probably at the very, very top of your pyramid. But again, Ari stresses the same thing. You should give every fan of every level ways to support you financially. So can subscriptions work for you? If you're not currently doing it, but you're considering launching a subscriptions model for your career, launching a online fan club. It tends to work best for musicians that already have a bit of an established fan base, musicians that are prolific with creating content, so new music, new videos, blog posts, photos, all that fun stuff. If you love engaging with your fans, subscriptions can really work for you. And music teachers, which kind of lends itself very naturally to the subscriptions model, because as a music teacher, you're already creating very likely a lot of content on a regular basis, and your students can subscribe to get access to all the things. It might not be for you if you're just starting out and you don't quite have an established fan base. There's a lot of other things you can do instead to help, to engage with fans, find potential new fans, get new fans, and then you can start considering launching a fan club. If you're not that prolific with songwriting, which is fine, like if you're not someone who writes a ton of songs every month, then that's fine. But subscriptions might not be the best avenue for you. And if you're not very social online, if you don't really enjoy engaging with your fans on a regular basis, and there are musicians who don't enjoy that, subscriptions is really all about that constant content, new content, and that engagement with those biggest fans of yours. So you really have to be active and engaging online with those fans. In terms of running subscriptions through your website, so Bandzoogle launched a built-in subscriptions feature, obviously. That way there's no need to set up a separate account or profile with another service. You're not sending fans to an outside website to create an account, to make payments to that site that then pays you minus the percentage. You're driving fans to your website, which you own and control. And You get to dictate the experience your fans will have on your website. You also own all that data and your database of fans. So all your subscribers, you're gathering all that data. And of course, with Bandzoogle, you're not paying any commission on those subscription revenues. If you're watching this webinar and you don't yet have a website, these are sort of the top 4 reasons why you should have a website. Again, you own it. So you own that address. You're guaranteed to own that little slice of the internet. It's all yours. Your fans will always be able to find you there. No matter what social media platform is popular at the time, they can come and go. And so having your own, proper URL ensures that your fans in the industry will always be able to find you online. Again, you own the experience, so hopefully you're not putting a ton of ads and links and distractions on your own site, and there's no design limits, so you can really brand it how you want. Again, ownership of that data, saying it again, it's super important to have access to that data and to be able to own that data. And again, you earn more money by selling directly to your fans. And we see your website and your mailing list kind of go hand in hand. So again, if you don't have a mailing list yet, here's some reasons why you should probably consider starting one. Again, you own it. So what's really important about a mailing list that's drastically different from social media is that with a mailing list, you own that database. So let's say you're using MailChimp. You can download that database, upload it to Bandzoogle's mailing list tool, use Bandzoogle. If something ever happens, you decide, you know what? I'm going to use a different service for my mailing list. You can download that database of fans. You own that database. Bandzoogle doesn't own it. MailChimp doesn't own it. So you take those emails with you. Super important. It's really the ultimate permission marketing, which I believe is a Seth Godin term. Fans really want to hear from you. If they're giving you their email address, especially in 2019, they really want to hear from you. So it's a great excuse to let them know what you're up to, and it's still the best way to sell. So that kind of segues into that point. They want to know what you're up to, but they're also probably interested in supporting your career financially. And, year after year, email offers the highest returns across all industries. So when it comes time to sell, whether it's selling a new album, launching a crowdfunding campaign, launching an online fan club, email still, drives the best results. And it's the best way to stay in touch with your fans over the long term. Again, social media platforms can come and go. It's very noisy. You don't know if your updates are actually reaching your fans. Email is still the most reliable way to stay in touch with your fans. And Emily White, who's an artist manager out of New York, has this great quote saying that an email list is an artist's retirement plan. So you can keep reaching out to that fan base for as long as you're active as a musician. So getting started with subscriptions. There's a few things. It takes some planning. Subscription is not something you can just kind of turn it on and hope for the best. You really it's something you got to take a step back and do some thinking about and some planning. So we'll go over some of the things that you should keep in mind and plan out before officially launching subscriptions. So the first thing you're going to want to do is decide the rewards for your fans. So what are you going to offer to your fans? Why should they subscribe? So some things you can ask yourself are, what can you create on a regular monthly basis? What can you offer that can't be found anywhere else? What kind of rewards would be special for your biggest fans? And what kind of access would be meaningful for your biggest fans? Some examples of these could be, at the base level, exclusive blog updates and photos just for subscribers. That's kind of a base level thing. Getting to hear new music first could be a big deal for your fans. Getting access to your full discography, whether it's to stream and or download all of your music that's in a gated subscriber only area of your website. Getting to hear works in progress, so songs that you're currently writing. Early access to music, so getting music and videos before they're officially launched publicly. Exclusive music and merch sales, signed merch items, pre-selling tickets for shows and tours. There could be other fun things like writing postcards from the road to some of your subscribers at certain tiers, sending out handwritten lyrics, and doing monthly online shows, Q&A sessions, taking requests, that kind of thing for your subscribers. There's a blog post that we released a little while ago. It's called 71 Ways to Reward Your Music Fan Subscribers. So Melanie will post a link in the chat. Again, if you want the slides, you can email me. and I'll send you the slide presentation. This is linked. These resources are linked to within the slides, but it's 71 different ways you can reward your subscribers. We won't obviously get into all those today, but there's a lot of different ways, and there's probably way more ways than we came up with that you'll be able to think of in terms of rewarding your subscribers. One thing to keep in mind is that it's important to keep things simple, especially when you're starting out. You have to remember that you're going to be having to manage all of those rewards on a monthly basis. So it's probably best to keep things simple, at least at first. And this ties into creating your tiers. So tiers are the different levels at which your fans can subscribe. So you can create multiple tiers that have multiple prices. And as the price goes up, you're going to be offering more exclusive or more rewards for those higher tiers. Should mention that Bandzoogle's subscriptions feature is super flexible. It can be used to create really complex fan clubs with many tiers, multiple pages assigned to each tier. And you can also create a really simple one-tier membership as well. So you can do everything in between. So it depends how much content you can create and how many rewards you want to offer fans. Subscribers of higher tiers also get access to all the rewards from the lower tiers as well. So you have to remember you're going to be fulfilling all of that for the higher tiers. So all of your lower tiers should be easily scalable. So your introductory tier, maybe first two tiers, should really be things that are easily scalable. So like digital rewards that won't take a lot of work, effort in fulfilling, whether it's like sending things out in the mail or creating merch, that kind of thing. So again, if you're trying subscriptions for the first time, do keep it simple at first. Start with 1 to 3 tiers, and maybe you can add tiers as your fan base grows. And some examples of what that could look like: if you have a 1-tier offering, and we have many Bandzoogle members who are using that model where it's like, pay $2 or $5 a month, and you get access to all the new music that artist releases. So could be an exclusive blog feed, and then your back catalog and anything new that you release. If you have 2 tiers, you could offer, obviously everything in tier 1, and then you can also add things like exclusive merch discounts for those subscribers. You can even offer to sign all the merch for those subscribers, or even send them written lyrics each month, that kind of thing. And with a 3rd tier, again, they get all the first 2 tiers rewards, and then you can offer an exclusive online concert where your fans can make song requests. You can do a Q&A, that kind of thing. So that's kind of a really exclusive access to you as an artist. And you can offer whatever rewards you'd like and create as many tiers as you'd like. But just keep in mind that with every new tier, you also need to manage and deliver on all of those rewards. So again, probably best to start simple and then grow it from there, because that's better than creating like a 10-tier, multiple reward per tier offering, and then you end up taking things away. It looks a lot better, obviously, if you grow it over time. In terms of pricing, it's important to have a low starting tier so all fans can, give you a little something, whether it's $1 or $2. Always make sure that you can still make a profit from each tier. So this is an extreme example, obviously, but don't give away vinyl every month to subscribers of a $5 tier kind of thing. And always factor in any manufacturing and shipping costs into the pricing of your tiers. So again, starting low at $1 or $2 for the first tier, and then you can increase it from there. So an example could be tier 1 is $2, tier 2 is $5, and tier 3 is $10 a month. Pricing should also be gradual, so no large gaps. So if you start at $1, tier 2 shouldn't be like $20 and then $50. It should be more gradual for fans of all levels. In terms of naming your tiers, you can simply name them tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. But you can also get creative with the names. So call them bronze, silver, gold, or fan, super fan, mega fan. It's really up to you. With Bandzoogle's feature, you can name them whatever you'd like. So I guess we'll stop I would imagine there might be some questions, Melanie.
Yeah, there's a couple of questions. Yep. So first, I want to send maybe an example of somebody's page because we're having some questions about sort of the paywall page, if it's gated, if it's secure, how that works.
Mhm.
I'll send you guys. So this is an artist who's set up his subscriptions with us, and you can see on his page he has the tiers on one side. He has his little video content, and in order to see the rest of his content, you'd have to subscribe to one of the tiers. So you can just see how that looks. Obviously, you can design it however you want. It would match your template. Can't see. Oh, okay. Well, who is that? Can't see it. Oh, can you click on the link there? Can you see anything? Like a blank screen? Do you have a picture of the paywall page somewhere, Dave? Is it coming up in the slides?
I do have a screenshot of a paywall page at some point in the presentation, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll just go through that then. So basically, though, the question is the content secure? Can anyone see it? Can someone send the link to someone else? And basically, the answer is you can see the initial paywall page with the information. And the other question we had here was, oh, if Bandzoogle has a built-in way to stream an online show.
We don't yet. Like, there's no built-in. I shouldn't say yet. It's not on our roadmap, so I slip of the tongue there. But we don't have a built-in live video streaming feature now. There are different ways to do it, using other platforms like YouTube, and just having it, the link, in that behind that paywall page for the online show. But it's something that we're more actively looking into. For anyone that knows Concert Window or whoever used it, apparently they're either already disappeared or going to be disappearing soon. So it's something we're looking at potential partners for something like that.
Yeah, perfect. And then the other question here was if there's a yearly option, and currently it's only monthly.
Yeah, it's only monthly right now. If you're a Bandzoogle member and you'd like to see yearly options, please contact the support team and just let them know that you'd like to see that option, and they'll log it into our member requests, and that way our development team can see that members are asking for that functionality.
Yeah, awesome. I think that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, just a quick note on that first question. So if let's say you're subscribed, let's say a fan is subscribed to your fan club online and you gave them access to like an exclusive new video and they want to share it with their friends, like, or new music is a better example, I guess, because depending on how you do the video, it might be accessible. But the link to the website itself, that page on the website, even though you can see the content behind the paywall, if they send out that link to a friend, their friend is going to see the gated paywall page saying that they have to subscribe or log in if they're already a subscriber. So someone who's not a subscriber, the page will look different than if you are a subscriber and logged in. And we'll show an example of what that paywall page looks like in a few minutes, hopefully.
Yeah, sounds good.
I know it's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's keep going. And there it is. Hey, it's the next slide. So isn't that nice? So this is an example of the paywall page, at least part of it. And so Jaunt is a Bandzoogle member, has been using this feature from the beginning. And so you can add an intro video, description, and then along the side, like there's a prompt if you're already a subscriber, you can log in, or you have the different tiers running along the sidebar with the price, a little description, and a subscribe button. So any gated page, any page that is subscriber only on your website will show this paywall page. So again, if someone sends out a link, even though you can see if you're a subscriber and you can see what's behind the paywall, they won't be able to. They'll be prompted with this page instead to either log in if they're already a subscriber or to start a subscription. So when setting up your subscriptions offering your fan club, it's important to write a description, obviously. So it should be concise, not too wordy. Again, explain who you are and what you do. Thank fans for being there and for supporting you, and making them feel like they're going to be part of something special by subscribing. You can describe the benefits and rewards, of course, that your fans will get by subscribing, and how it's going to help your career and your ability to create. Avoid making it sound desperate. I would advise to avoid using words like need or support or please donate, that kind of thing. You really want to make it sound more positive and more exciting. So using words like join or get access or exclusive, making fans again feel like it's something special that they're supporting. And the description should be general enough that you don't necessarily need to update it each time you change or add a tier or reward. You can be pretty general about types of things that fans can expect. And then they can read the details again on that sidebar with all the different tiers, where you can also put a detailed description of each tier. Creating an intro video is not mandatory with Bandzoogle subscriptions feature, but it's a good idea. Add some visual element to the paywall page, and it helps create a little bit more context for your fans, and helps get them excited to subscribe and join your fan club. So again, you can keep it short, a couple minutes long. Just be yourself. Again, who you are, what you do. Thank your fans for being there. Again, describing some of the benefits and rewards your fans will get. Again, don't be too specific about that in case something changes. You don't want to have to redo the video. But again, explain how subscribing helps your career and helps your ability to create, art and music. It doesn't have to be a slick production by any means. Just, natural lighting, speak close to the mic, be yourself. Again, chances are pretty much all of your subscribers are going to be some of your biggest fans anyways. So you're basically talking to them directly. So promoting subscriptions. So we'll get a little bit into, once you've decided you want to start running an online fan club or running subscriptions, and you've decided your rewards, you've created your tiers, you got your description, your video, and you're all ready to go. How do you go about promoting subscriptions? How do you put this in context for your fans? So the first thing to keep in mind is that you're going to be really at the base of it, you're going to be promoting exclusivity. So be sure to have some really exclusive perks right at the outset, because again, you're going to be selling that exclusivity of being a subscriber. The other side of that is access. So you're also going to be selling access that your fans are going to get by subscribing. So it could be early access to new tracks, access to your full discography of music, access to pre-sales, but it's also really access to you, the artist. So again, remind fans that they're going to gain access to come along with you on your journey as an artist, as a musician. One thing you could do, and for anyone watching this who's ever done an album release show, of which I'm sure many of you have, I certainly have, and been part of many over the years, similar to that, you can actually have a launch event for your subscriptions or your fan club. This can help build anticipation that something special is on the way for your fans. It could be just a free online show and live stream and a Q&A where you talk about your fan club and the different things that fans can get by subscribing. So in the lead up to it, you don't have to announce exactly what is going to be announced at the launch event, but just make it clear that your fans are going to want to attend to get a first look at something that's really awesome and really exclusive that you're going to be releasing just for them. Of course, you're going to want to have some initial really exclusive rewards ready for the launch event. And then right before, you can publish the subscriptions area on your website, share the link throughout the online event for your fans to subscribe to your fan club. Specifically talking about your website. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it, especially with the Bandzoogle subscriptions feature. But you're going to want to have a main menu page dedicated to subscriptions. You want that to be visible to anyone that visits your site. And so when naming the page, it could be as simple as subscribe or fan club, but you can call it whatever you want. So you can call it backstage pass, VIP area, green room, something that, conveys that there's something, exclusive on that page. You should, of course, include a call to action in the header area of your website, especially when you're launching launching subscriptions. So promoting the launch event, and then a little bit after, promoting the ongoing fan club. So a call to action is really, it helps guide your website visitors to the action you'd like them to take. There's an example here. So you see this website has a subscribe to my fan club in the header, and then a button to click here that takes them to their subscriptions page. Of course, you should include information on your homepage. So a lot of homepages for artist websites have a little welcome message, quick bio, like elevator pitch style bio. You can include a sentence or two about your fan club with a link to take visitors to that page, just to let everyone know landing on your site that you do have this offering. Include that info as well on your music and or store pages on your websites. Chances are if fans are on your music or store page, they're likely considering buying something. So it's a good opportunity to encourage them to check out your fan club and the exclusive rewards that they can get by joining your fan club. You can also take it a step further, and this is something, again, that goes back to an album release. A great excuse to redesign your website is when you're launching a new album, because chances are you're going to have new promotional photos, you're going to have, new color scheme for the album cover, and so redesigning your website to tie into all that is a good idea. And you can do the same thing with subscriptions. When you initially launch your fan club, you can actually do a full redesign of your website. Change the template, change the color scheme, update the imagery. It'll help convey that something is new and something exciting is launched. And so it can be a temporary thing, but it's another way for you to bring attention to your fan club. We have a guide if you don't have a website yet, or if you're thinking of doing a redesign. We have a free online guide called How to Make a Website for Your Music. It really goes step by step, each page, and all the different choices you're going to make while doing a design of your website. Using video to promote subscriptions, there are a lot of different ways to use video. So, of course, that intro video, again, is not mandatory, but it's a good idea to have one. If you're an artist that does some video blogs once in a while, you can, of course, mention the fan club during those video blogs or at the end. You can even show some behind the scenes of creating subscriber-only rewards, so all your fans can see what you're up to with this subscriber-only stuff. In all of your video descriptions that go up on YouTube, you can, of course, include a couple of sentences plus a link to your subscriptions page. And you can even have like live stream preview shows, like every once in a while have a live stream online show that gives all of your fans a taste of what those monthly, if you're offering that monthly exclusive online show that has, song requests and Q&A, you can do those publicly every once in a while to give all of your fans a sense of what that would be like if they became a subscriber. Email. Again, I talked about this pretty early on in the presentation, but if you don't have an email list, today's the day to start having one. It's super important to have a mailing list because you're going to use that extensively to promote if you're thinking of starting an online fan club. So sending a dedicated email to promote the launch event, of course, and then you can send a follow-up email once the fan club is actually live with a link. So the call to action in that first email would be, the link to for the online show, and then the follow-up would be the link to your actual subscriptions offering on your website. You can include a call to action to your fan club, in the footer of all subsequent newsletters if there's nothing specific about subscriptions that's newsworthy in any particular month. But when you do have any new big rewards, or if you're adding any additional tiers to your subscriptions offering, it's a good excuse to send another dedicated email to all your fans. Social media, obviously, big part of promotion. There's a lot to unbox on social media in terms of, the strategies for each, platform, which is a whole other webinar. But I'll go over just some general advice for social media. So it's a big part of running subscriptions is engaging with your fans, and that also applies to social media. So you're going to want to, of course, leverage all of your social profiles to keep fans informed on your fan club. Obviously, you're going to want to heavily promote that launch event, get as many fans as possible to attend if you're going to do a launch event, and then do another round of promotion after the launch event to drive people to check out the subscriptions page on your website. And then from there, it's, again, because subscriptions is an ongoing thing, it's a little different than promoting, a crowdfunding campaign again, which has a deadline and you can count down the days and the weeks and the goal. With subscriptions, it's an ongoing thing, so you're going to have to plan out to regularly post info about any exclusive songs or online shows or any exclusive ticket pre-sales or other perks that your subscribers get. Just posting that information as a reminder to all your fans that this is what's happening in your fan club. You can also, if it's on Facebook or through your Instagram stories, when you're posting videos, you can show that you're creating maybe an exclusive track for your subscribers only. You can promote your live streams to all of your fans and encourage them to join and attend, join so they can attend. And again, you can post just pictures of any kind of exclusive merch, anything that's exclusive for fan club members. You can post photos and video of that stuff, again, every so often. So you're going to want to, just remind followers about your fan club, promote any new tiers, rewards, and of course, don't forget to publicly thank your current subscribers publicly, because your other followers are going to see that. So again, it's another little reminder about your subscriptions offering. So lastly, it's just important not to overdo it, of course, because this is an ongoing thing. You should just be sprinkling in info about subscriptions, but it shouldn't become the sole focus of your social media presence. You're still going to want to do all the other things that you're currently doing, just engaging with your fans, finding new fans, having conversations, little interactions with your fans. But it should not be taken over by just subscriptions. Talk about your subscriptions offering. It's important to keep in mind that, and I mentioned this at the beginning, with all the different types of fans you're going to have, and some will support you at different levels. Like, not all of your fans will become subscribers, and that's okay. Again, it's all about your biggest fans, and so your other fans who won't subscribe can still support your career in other ways. So even if you do launch subscriptions, your whole online presence shouldn't just become about that. You still have to do all the other things and offer content for fans of all levels. We have another resource that goes into more detail and all this stuff about how to promote your subscriptions to your music fans, which is linked to in the slides, and Melanie will post the link in the chat as well. So just a few closing thoughts, and then we'll do another Q&A if any of you have questions. But if you do start offering subscriptions, it's not something you can be passive about. So it's something that you really have to put regular effort into promoting, regular effort into engaging, communicating with your fans, and most importantly, releasing new content. So why should fans keep subscribing? So they're going to want new content or access to a lot of content on an ongoing basis. Again, going back to Ari Herstand for a second, he's got this great quote about subscriptions, where he talks about making it make this space a fun digital hangout for your biggest fans, basically. And that's what it is. It's supposed to be a fun online, fan club for your biggest fans to get access to you as the artist and be able to interact with you and get access to exclusive perks and rewards that they can't find anywhere else. So even though it takes a lot of planning and a lot of effort to run subscriptions, it can be an incredibly rewarding experience for both you and your fans. It really gives your biggest fans, exclusive access to content that they couldn't find anywhere else. And in return, it gives you that regular, more predictable income stream, which is obviously important to you as an artist. So final resource we'll share is a guide to fan subscriptions and how to run them on your website. So you can check that out on the Bandzoogle blog, or again, if you want to copy the slides, you can click through on the PDF. So I'm going to come back on camera. I'll leave the slide with my email address up. I'm just going to turn my camera back on. Melanie, feel free to do the same. Hello. So are there any more questions?
I just want the link on how to promote your subscriptions. Yeah, I will post that, Linda. I just wanted to note that everyone who's been posting their email, I've been pasting them into a little document here, so you guys will definitely get a copy of the slides if you posted your email on the side here. And then there were a couple of questions. So Sunny was asking how you protect the content for people who only subscribe for a month or two.
Um, well, if you give them access to download anything, then if they subscribe for a month and they download it and then stop subscribing, chances are like there's nothing really that can be done. I don't think um, to prevent that. If you're offering stream only, or if you're offering if you're offering stream only, then obviously they can't download it and take it with them if they only subscribe for a month. If it's exclusive merch, if you've sent them some exclusive merch, it's theirs kind of thing. So it depends if that's really important to you. If you really want, again, this is more like a access model. If selling is more comfortable for you as an artist, where you're strictly just selling your music, selling your merch, that kind of thing, that's totally fine too. But subscriptions is really more, ongoing access. So if you're offering downloads and things like that, and someone subscribes for a month or two and then takes that stuff with them and stops subscribing, then that's kind of the reality of the model. But obviously, for bigger rewards, you want to make sure that you've priced your tiers in a way that if they do subscribe for a month and cancel, everything you're offering that tier, make sure you're not losing money on that potential subscriber.
Yeah, and once they've canceled, they won't be able to access anything you post later on.
Yeah, exactly.
The page would be gated for them, just like it would be for someone who hasn't paid yet. Okay, so a couple more questions. Someone was asking if you could gift a subscription.
I don't think you can right now.
No.
But again, that's another good suggestion.
Yeah.
It's a relatively new feature for Bandzoogle. It was several years of work, and we're very aware of the fact that once our members get a chance to use it, there might be some functionality that is important to them that we didn't add into the first iteration of it. So if there's things like that, like the annual payments thing, please let us know. And we log every single suggestion that comes in, so that our developers can see, and then it can get placed on a future update for the feature. So I don't think it's possible right now, but it is a good suggestion.
Yeah, for sure. Someone else was asking if it was a template. I think you were referring to the Jaunt site.
The paywall page is a template that can't really be customized too much, from what I understand. Like that gated paywall page that has the tiers on the sidebar. The content you can customize, but the layout and things like that, it's gonna look pretty similar. All those gated content pages. That's a request we're getting, is more flexibility to customize that paywall page. So that's something that I think is going to be looked at in the future.
Yeah, and a couple of people were asking if it was mobile friendly. It is. Everything is mobile friendly. Yep. You can sign up on your phone if you're a subscriber. A couple more questions. Linda's asking, has anyone had an issue with offering a live show for subscribers and the subscribers being upset because they can't attend on the night?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't heard a specific story about that, but so one thing we're going to be doing is in the New Year's, this feature came out in August. And so in the new year, we're going to look back and see all the members that are using the feature. We're going to start doing case studies on Bandzoogle members that have been using subscriptions, to see how they're using it effectively, the types of things, some of the challenges that they're facing. And so something like that is a good point. So if someone's paying 10 or 20 bucks a month and they can never make that online show, will they get upset? Maybe. I don't know. But there's always ways to be creative with offering them something else. Maybe arranging, if they're really that upset, arranging to do a private Q&A when they are available, that kind of thing. That really comes down more to customer service and how much you're willing to accommodate one of your fans, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, they are your biggest fans, and you have to keep in touch with them and keep them engaged anyway. So hopefully it's something you can manage.
Yeah, and one thing I should probably add into the presentation for a future webinar is, a lot of times, not all the time obviously, but a lot of the times, fans who subscribe they're subscribing to support you. They're your biggest fans, so they're giving that money, and they might not even care so much about claiming all their rewards that are, quote unquote, owed to them each month. Like they might just, you know what, I just want to support this artist and let them create more art. And so they may not be, actively trying to grab everything they can and asking you for everything. There will be fans who do that, of course, but you're going to have fans who are just subscribing to your fan club just as a monthly support to you as an artist as well.
One more question here. I don't know if this is maybe the last one because things are slowing down a bit, but David's asking about some suggestions for educational content to stream.
Oh, for music teachers?
I would assume so, eh, David?
If that's the case, that blog post, the 71 ways to reward your subscribers, there's a whole section for music teachers in there. That's a great question. Maybe I should add a slide about that as well. But yeah, there's a section in that blog post specifically for music teachers. And one of the case studies we're hoping to do in the new year is specifically about music teachers. Again, subscriptions really lends itself really well to music teachers and music educators. So hopefully there's some ideas in that blog post for you.
Yeah, should be good.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks so much, everyone, for taking the time to attend. Hopefully, it was helpful. Again, if you want to copy the slides, just feel free to email me. And I know there's some people posting their emails in the chat, so we'll grab those and make sure you get the slides. Again, there will be a replay sent out later today. So if you want to watch it again or refer back to something, you'll have that link and it won't expire. It'll be up for replay whenever is convenient for you. So have a great day. Thanks again. Thanks, Melanie, for your help. Appreciate it. And see you guys again soon.
Yeah, take care.